It's already 1 minute to 5 a.m. Okay, it's already 5 a.m. Let's all rise. Let's begin our Hoon Dok Hae by offering one standing bow to our beloved two parents. 하나님과 천부님의 설교를 앞에 준비해 바로 our most beloved heavenly parents. Today, June the 8th, 2015, here at Washington Family Church, National Cathedral, we pray for the success, protection, and good health of the true family, with our true mother here on earth, and our true Father in heaven. We pray for their upkeep also, as our brothers and sisters are taking care of them. And we pray also for those brothers and sisters who are taking care of them, and we pray as well for our leaders in the international headquarters in Chungcheong, Korea. So we pray for our elder sister Sanjanin and her husband Insukmin, who is now leading us into a brighter world. And we pray for the staff, all the leaders there, and the UPF chairman, Mr. Chang Shik-kyang, and his family and staff, and all the continental leaders who are connecting with them all over the world, especially here in North America and the Caribbean. We pray for Archbishop Ki-hun Kim, his family, and all the national leaders of our Family Federation for World Peace and Unification headquarters in all countries all over the world. And here in America, we pray for our national leader, Reverend Dr. Michael Balcom, his wife Gumiko, their children, their staff at 4 West 43rd Street in New York, New York. We pray for their success always, as we pray for our district leader, with all the regional leaders all over the world, Reverend Ernest Patton and his wife Keiko Patton and children. And we pray as well for all the pastors, central leaders all over the world, especially here in the mid-Atlantic area. We pray for Reverend James Stewart of Towson Center in Maryland, Reverend Akira Ota in Norfolk, and in Richmond, Father Adrian Bayo, and here in the Beltway we pray for Miss Lynn June, for Northern Virginia, Pastor Robert there in Maryland, with Reverend and Mrs. Greg Jones and Reverend Jim Boothby and others. We pray for the ACLC chairman, who's residing here also in Washington D.C., Archbishop Augustus Collins and his wife and 2 children, and our pastor, Reverend Zagery Oliver, his wife Fumi-san and daughter Brianna, and all the members of the council headed by our Dr. Ashil Akolapsi, and all the blessed families all over the city, and the blessing candidates and all the members who are connected to the Washington Family Church. We're so thankful, our heavenly thanks, to have the historical couple who comes from Cameroon, who graced us yesterday with his son, and the sermon from Miss Annette, or Minister Annette Kamga. We pray for their safety and success always and prosperity, and we pray as well for all those who graced us yesterday from the Sunday service, like Reverend Samuel and others. We pray for them as we now read our Hoon Dok Hae. We pray that all the good spirits, absolute good spirits, would be with us and our good ancestors to be educated by you again, our heavenly parents. And we pray all of this in all our names and in my name. After Master Francis C. Catalan, bless every family. Aju, Aju, Aju. Good morning. We're now on the Blessed Family, Ideal Kingdom, number 1.
Yes, good morning. Go ahead.
Yes, so are we still on page 251 or more? This the page that I'm in right now with a new topic, subtopic number 7. Love has no development or revolution. Love does not have revolution, development, or regression. Love cannot undergo development or any type of revolution. The original model of love itself is perfect, unchangeable, and absolute. Love has no development or revolution. Love is eternal and perfect, a permanent and unchangeable truth. If you think love develops and you try to experiment, it is wrong. Americans who think of love as a livelihood can only perish. God has no reason to bless their future. If this aspect of America does not self-destruct, then I will make it perish by making a love bomb explode. What is clear is that we should not use love as a means of making a living. A husband does not desire any revolution or development of his wife from when he first fell in love. This is also in the hope of a wife toward her husband. We must clearly know that it is the hope of all husbands and wives to keep the pure appearance with which they started their first love. They do not want any other color to be added to that purity of love, and they do not require any revolution. I want you to understand that you should hope that the purity of love itself is eternally preserved. Why do problems like divorce occur among people who love each other? And we're now on page 252. When we think that the people who had divorced or are willing to divorce are all people who once were in love, relationship of life and death, we must say that something has gone wrong. There may be many reasons to get divorced, but in general it means that something changed, that something became different between the two. That is because they could not keep and grow their love. Love itself does not change. It is the person's mind that changes. When a man and woman become a husband and wife, the important thing is how to realize and changing unity between them. If they unite and praise the song of happiness, this is the eternal happiness. The standard of an ideal heart of love can only be established with an unchangeable subject. We first get married thinking that the man is handsome, but 1 week later, if an accident happens and the husband's body is paralyzed, it is not true love to call for a divorce. That is false love. I saw a result of some research done on divorce. And it said that more than 60 people out of 100 said their divorce was caused by the woman. Today, in the developed countries, white people are in the higher position of initiating and activating the society, and black people are in the lower position of being dominated. However, when we look at the love of parents for their children, the density of love is no different between black people and white. Here, one race does not have the status of being dominated or surpassed by another. And this does not change eternally. The heart of parents loving their child, the heart of a wife loving her husband, the heart of a husband loving his wife, the heart of true owners or true lovers loving each other. These never change no matter how much history changes, develops, or goes through the process of revolution. True love is absolute, unchanging, and eternal. And now we're on subtopic number 8. Love is something very natural. When I was young, I was once caught many birds and tried to make them kiss each other. To do this, I observed them preparing a nest and feed them, because even as a small boy, I wanted to see the birds love each other and sing songs of joy. I did this from curiosity about the laws of nature as a child's experiment. When I think back now, I wonder how I continued those mean things. I became aware after a long while that love occurs as a very natural phenomenon. True love occurs within a natural, free atmosphere. I came to know about love clearly because I went through long years of experiments. And we're now on page 253. When I was young, I grew up in the countryside where migrating birds came and different flowers blossomed as seasons changed. Whenever I went in Korea, I could clearly see the four seasons of change and the beautiful scenery of each season. In Seoul today, it is difficult to see nature even if one walks the whole day. I feel sad that Seoul is becoming such a barren city in which all the environments is man-made. People who grow up in a city environment will lack emotion and have no chance to feel the mystery and beauty of nature. We must know that the urban environment easily creates a rough and individualistic personality. The interaction that occurs when we contact nature allows people to learn and gain awareness of many things. I was able to learn and master many things from nature. I became aware of what true love and happiness are through nature. It was from the natural world that I could learn the most basic things, more than education in school. When the season changed, I saw a beautiful bird flying. I followed the bird and watched to see how it built its nest and lived. There were times when I walked around for more than 10 days to see a bird lay eggs and hatch them. I became deeply convinced of God's mystery and love by looking at them. I became and I became deeply convinced of God's mystery and love by looking at the cute and beautiful baby birds, just as their mother. The baby birds did not appear from revolution. Would a baby bird hatch if you warmed an egg? Birds are only made to be hatched through the warmth of their parents' body and their parental love. I once picked up a baby bird and decided to raise it sincerely. Although I took the baby bird secretly, the mother bird cried whenever she saw me. I understood that it was crying, pleading to have her baby back. Mother's love in the bird's world is also very strong. When someone comes and tries to take away the baby bird, the parents try to protect it, even risking their own lives. To a person who has lost the value of love, what difference would it make even if we gave him a university level education? The education would only give knowledge and create an individualistic, materialistic person. Korean soybeans too, open and close, dinjan jjigae, can only be delicious when served in an unglazed earthenware bowl, open and close, top pige. Similarly, training of personality can be accomplished fully when it is done based on love. World civilizations must flower based on artistic harmony. This is similar to burnt kalbe being most delicious when served on a plate with soybean paste served in a top tige. If you know the real taste of soybean soup, you will never be able to forget it wherever you go. Similarly, if a man once tastes the real taste of love, he will never be able to change. As we easily get tired of eating instant food made tasty by being very sweet, we cannot say that love found easily, like instant food, is true love. Recently, we see people here and there making love as if they were making instant food. This is a problem. This is like trying to deepen love by taking a perfume bath. I would say that love is deepened, purified, and lasts than yourself, or lasts longer when a couple living in the countryside take a cold bath and sleep together. We're now on page 254. If a couple brushes their teeth in order to kiss each other, it is not true love. This is because the smell of the toothpaste would stop them from enjoying the taste of the other's individual body odor. When I look at people kissing each other after brushing their teeth, it makes me wonder whether they are kissing in order to taste love or in order to taste the toothpaste. When we look at recent generations, we can say that calculating, artificial, and deceitful love is so widespread that it confuses our concept of what human happiness is. We can say that kind of love is the main criminal leading this world to destruction. When you meet the person whom you like or love, it is natural instinct between the two opposite sexes to want to hug and kiss each other. The reason I'm trying to be in contact with the natural environment is to love this universe. This is a natural act of human beings in order to find a reciprocal partner. If all humankind meets man to woman or woman to man based on the theory of reciprocal partnership, no accidents or acts violating the order of love can occur. The order of true love will be formed when man and woman meet based on the theory of reciprocal partnership. However, if you stand in a position violating the order, ignoring and denying the environment, the ideal order of love cannot be set up. And still, we're on page 254 on a new topic, Roman numeral number 3, true marriage and true love. And subtopic number 1, the significance of marriage. Marriage can be said to be a ceremony which allows you to open the door of a palace of happiness and enter into it. Therefore, marriage is the biggest event for humankind. Love transcends time and space, and it is the greatest thing for humankind. Marriage is a ceremony that reveals and confirms this greatest love. Why do we term the marriage ceremony open and close? To receive the blessing. According to the principle, if Adam and Eve had not fallen and had become perfected, they would have stood in a position to receive the blessing. In other words, they were to be the substantial objects of God. Once they were perfected, they would have been objects who totally received love from God as the subject. Through their blessing or marriage, God's love would have appeared in the world. If there are no marriage, then what is called love would not have started in the human world. Who is the master of that love? We must know that the master is not man or woman, but God. When God's love is manifested in us, it becomes God's joy and pride, and we are able to feel this as God's love. Love cannot be realized alone. It is only realized through a reciprocal relationship. Therefore, when man tries to realize love, he cannot do it by himself alone. The same can be said about women. When Adam and Eve unite through love, they're able to receive God's love for the first time. From this viewpoint, we can understand that we human beings are born from God. When two people who love each other give and take in a reciprocal relationship, consoling each other when they are sad, sharing joy together when they are happy, helping each other when they have difficulties, and going forward together before God, this indeed is married life on the foundation of God's love. The reason God made man and woman not in heaven but on earth was to realize God's love horizontally. When you form a subject and object relationship and unite horizontally, the love that combines the two with the subject God is a vertical relationship of love. This fact is extremely important. 2,000 years ago, Jesus came to earth as a man. Before building God's nation as the King of Kings. I think you're not in mute, Ernest. Jesus, as a bridegroom, was to meet a bride on earth. Jesus came as the highest standard of all love. Jesus was to appear as a man on a horizontal base, pick a perfected woman and unite with her, centering on the 100% original love of man given from God, and the 100% original love of woman also given from God. Then God would come down to seek his lost dignity and honor. When heaven and earth unite through his give and take of original love, then everything is in heaven and earth will harmonize naturally and respond. And now we have a new subtopic here, why we marry. And now it's already 5:29 a.m. And I think we stop here because this is a long reading, about 2.5 pages. So we'll be reading this tomorrow. And today we read from page 251, love has no development or revolution, on subtopic number 7. And subtopic number 8, love is something very natural. And the new topic, true marriage and true love. We read the first subtopic, the significance of marriage. So, is there anybody who wants to share about our reading today? When love has no development or revolution, love is something very natural. And the significance of marriage.
Do you think something you said about revolution of love? There is no need revolution of love.
Yeah, here on page 251, love doesn't have revolution, development, or regression. Love cannot undergo development or any type of revolution. The original model of love itself is perfect, unchangeable, eternal, and absolute.
Yeah.
So, further, love has no development or revolution. Love is eternal and perfect, a permanent and unchangeable truth. If you think love develops and you try to experiment, it is wrong. So Americans who think of love as a livelihood can only perish. So God has no reason to bless their future. So if this aspect of America does not self-destruct, then I will make it perish by making a love bomb explode. So what is clear is what we should not use love as a means of making a living. I think this pertains to, sexual love. They sell sex,
Yes.
So when they are making a living out of it, you know, $60 a pop or $100, that is not a good way, as Father mentions here. He will uh, make it perish by making a love bomb. Of course, this love bomb is no other than our members giving love to all these people who are coming near our church or near our places of abode, and wherever we are, we can give them all the love we got and let them learn about true love, because what they have is false love, which is temporary, and they even pay for that when in fact, you know, it needs responsibility and commitment. So it's not only for, like a rubbing alcohol, it's not for sports, it's for family, you know. And
He answered that last, what is required is purity, not revolution.
so if you read more here, okay, so they talk about divorce here, but purity, okay, as I mentioned here, even in the love is something very natural, that it's better to have a family in the countryside. He said that I would say that love is deepened, purified, and lasts longer than when a couple living in the countryside take a cold bath and sleep together. And he mentioned about this toothpaste. People, they brush their teeth, then in order to kiss each other. And he's uh, telling us here, when I look at people kissing each other after brushing their teeth, it makes me wonder whether they are kissing in order to taste love or in order to taste the toothpaste. Yeah, so we look at the recent generations, we can say that the calculating, artificial, and deceitful love is so widespread that it confuses our concept of what human happiness is. And we can say that the kind of love is the main criminal leading this world to destruction. So there's a lot of artificial, deceitful. So sometimes they have, a superficial front. They always, you know, speak and span, and, very smart always, but this is just to make a first impression. But once they're in love, they stop doing that. And the woman doesn't, make herself more beautiful now because they're into the relationship, and they will, eventually, as we read here, divorce. And 60 out of 100 is caused by a woman. And it doesn't even matter if you're white or black, he says here. Here, one race does not have the status of being dominated or surpassed by another. And this does not change eternally. The heart of parents loving their child, the heart of a wife loving her husband, the heart of a husband loving his wife, the heart of true lovers loving each other. These never change no matter how many history changes. So develops or goes through the process of revolution. True love, as we know it, is absolute, unchanging, and eternal. So that's why the topic, love has no development or revolution. It's absolute, unchanging, and eternal. And I like here the way that he explained that if people live in the countryside, they will be more appreciative of nature, because people who grow up, this is on page 253, who grow up in a city environment will lack emotion and have no chance to feel the mystery and beauty of nature. So we must know that the urban environment easily creates a rough and individualistic personality. The interaction that occurs when we contact nature allows people to learn and gain awareness of many things. So he tried even to, take out the egg from the nest of the birds, and of course, when uh, the mother of the bird sees him, they will cry like anything else, and they will even risk their lives, trying to get back that egg that was taken from them. And they don't hatch by any other means but through the warmth of the parent's body and their parental love. So I know that now we have done many things like an incubator. They place the egg there and it hatches. So they just try to copy the warmth of, but these are artificial means. Okay. And we also read about the significance of marriage. And marriage can be said to be a ceremony which allows you to open the door of a palace of happiness and enter into it. So therefore, marriage is the biggest event for humankind. So love transcends time and space, and it is the greatest thing for humankind. So marriage is a ceremony that reveals and confirms this greatest love. So as we have read also earlier here, 2,000 years ago, Jesus came as a man, so he should have, married too, and have a perfected woman. So this one was uh, place here on page 253 that before he become King of Kings, he should also marry a perfected woman and have children. You know, but that did not happen. So that's why he has to go back again the second time so that he can bring a family to, this palace of happiness. So anybody else who wants to share about our reading today?
Jesus is very clear that the universe, all creation, and God's final hope revolves around the construction of that one family.
That's right.
Reminds me of the sermon yesterday when our sister said that Father wished before he left off this earth
Mm.
was that he could live in a nation that was completely owned by God just for 24 hours.
That's right.
Oh my God.
And that nation would have been the nation of people that would have constructed families that we were sharing about. And so when we're talking about families, as part of the reading today, I was thinking about that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Reverend Oliver. So we're so sorry that we cannot offer God to even stay, as our sister Annette Kamga, our minister Annette, was telling us about. A true father did not even stay for even like a day on a nation that is under God. So it's very lamentable. And I think that's our goal, to offer a nation for our true parents to stay for a day or months or even years, so that you know they can really have a foothold here on this earth.
Vision 2020.
Yeah, so hopefully on Vision 2020 we can unite North and South Korea and make Korea as the fatherland and motherland of God, when all people will be as one, and all the people all over the world will be as one, and we can offer it to true parents, as a living sacrifice there, and they can live comfortably, where everyone will be under one constitution, one nation under God, and then one world under God. We should be there, as our Reverend Ezra called us, Chongilgukians, Chongilguk. So it's very significant right now that we're reading this marriage, because we will always, make all this preparation for, the settlement of our true parents and settlement of even the true family. Because right now there's a lot of movement right now. We need to really settle now and live as what Heavenly Parents is really wanting us to live, to have a nation all dedicated to God. Yeah, thank you, Reverend Oliver. So anybody else wants to share about our reading today? So we have, I think our true parents also has fulfilled this one about what Jesus has not fulfilled 2,000 years ago. That before building, as It's, I'm sorry, it's not on page 253, but 255. Before building God's nation as the King of Kings, Jesus as a bridegroom was to meet a bride on earth. And Jesus came as the highest standard of all love. Jesus was to appear as a man on a horizontal base, pick a perfected woman and unite with her, centering on the 100% original love of man given from God and the 100% original love of woman also given by God. Then God would come down to seek his lost dignity and honor. When heaven and earth unite this give and take of original love, then everything in heaven and earth will harmonize naturally and respond. So I think this has come to pass when our true parents came here on earth, and our true father had a marriage blessing with our true mother in 1960. So if you want to know more about it, if you watch this uh, playback, please go to our centers, and we're all here always to answer all your questions about marriage and true love. And if there is uh, no other reflection, let's all rise and have unison prayer. Our most beloved Heavenly Parents, we're so thankful for these readings today. We pray that we can share this always, because this blessing that we have was not meant for us, but is meant for all people all over the world. We pray for our friends and relatives and all the people you have even prepared for us, the people of the world, our nations, our town mates, our city mates, our society around us. We pray that we can be a beacon of light, the salt of this earth, and your instruments, our heavenly parents. We pray that all that we have blessed in the holy wine ceremony and all the brothers and sisters would always keep their blessing, and always we pray that you guide us, heavenly parents, to the people who can help us and those who are already ripe for the harvest. In fact, all the people now are prepared by you 95%, and we just do our portion, so our responsibility 5%, and we pray that we can reach out to them and bless them to centered on you and our heavenly parents. We pray for each other's success as we bring in more and more people to your presence, and we pray we can educate them about your words, the divine principle, your speeches, and the 8 textbooks that you want us to read always as we are reading it here in the Washington Family Church. And we pray for each other's success as we bring in all the people of God, men and women of God. And we pray all this in all our names and in my name. Athanasius Francis C. Catalan, bless Central Family. Aju, Aju, Aju. Uri sonem ton il Numero sonem ton il Imo sum bacio soton il Tom il io beloved and most precious heavenly parents of heaven and earth and humankind. Good morning to the true children, true grandchildren, and all our brothers and sisters. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Have a great and wonderful Monday. Have a great and wonderful and joyous day. Bye-bye.
You have a great day. Thank you.
Yes, have a great day, Reverend Oliver.